for clicking on my dad's video, and the Eagles stink again. So if you want to know the truth about them, just watch my dad's video. Make sure to subscribe.
Yo, everybody. So listen, I know a lot of you think that I'm negative on the Eagles, or I always look at the bad part, or I just kill them all the time. So I want to give you something positive. I want to tell you the move that I thought was the most genius move over the last 10 years that they made that will make them a competitor for the next 10 years. And that was getting Carson Wentz. The idea that the Eagles were playing this musical chairs of quarterbacks with Cobb and then Vick and then Bradford was horrible. It was a nightmare for me. I used to spend time trying to figure out ways that they could trade up and get a top 2 pick to get a quarterback, because I know that they would never try to lose to get into that position. So I used to have all these plans. I probably could sell one of these plans to another team. I have so many different ideas. But they went out and they got to number 2. They got a quarterback. Now, coming out of college, I didn't know much about Wentz because I never really watched him play. Just never seen him play. So I liked Goff. Wasn't super high on Goff, but I watched enough of Goff to like him that I thought he had upside. But I didn't know a lot about Wentz. And then to see Wentz come into the Eagles this year, see the way he carries himself, see how the team rallied around him, looking at his size, his arm, he has a cannon arm, which Captain Hooks doesn't use enough of. You can't make him Alex Smith. He isn't Alex Smith. That's a whole different thing. You're going to get me pissed off. But I like Wentz. I like the way he carries. And if they build right around him, the Eagles can win Super Bowls. Because I think Wentz is a winner. And I think he's the best young quarterback in the league. I'm most excited about him. And that's not just being an Eagle fan. You know me. I try to be as honest as possible. I think Carson Wentz is the young quarterback that to me is the most intriguing. Mariota's good. Winston's good. But Carson Wentz, there's something about him that I like. There's something different about him. I think he's got inside that is going to come out in future years. And I think the Eagles are very lucky to get him. I think it was a great pick. And I think that, in 3-4 years, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, the key is to build around him and to get a coach that knows his strengths, knows his weaknesses, and start molding him around himself, around what he's good at. Not trying to make him Alex Smith, not trying to make him somebody else that he isn't. Carson Wentz has big arm. He's a gunslinger. He needs to be able to improvise. He needs to be able to play like Carson Wentz and not Alex Smith. But that said, that was a franchise-changing move, and I'm all for it, and I think it was genius. And I'm excited about this team because of that. So I want to give you something positive that I think about the Eagles, and I was jumping for joy, jumping all around when the Eagles got him last year, and I hope that there's more of that to come this year, which I do think there's a giant move coming in this draft. I do think the Eagles are going to steal the show. I don't know yet, but I don't know how yet, as I should say, but it's going to happen. Carson Wentz is the future, not just of the Eagles, but of the NFL. I love it. Let's get it going. See you later.